Mercedes Moné makes Kris Statlander tap out, and Hangman Adam Page gives Samoa Joe the threat of a lifetime. We're on the road to Full Gear. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to the MVP's Lounge. I am your host, as always, the King, and this is the Go Home Show, AEW Dynamite plus Collision at the end of the show, so a 3-hour show tonight. So we're going to dive right into this. We started with the first matchup, pretty much is where it would decide who becomes the first entrant, and then later on we get another match to see who's going to be the second entrant in the gauntlet match for the AEW national title, which will be competed for at Full Gear on Saturday. And the first match that we start out with is Bobby Lashley versus Ricochet. Now, when Ricochet comes out, he's in a full Philadelphia Eagles hoodie. As a Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm hating all of it, but I'm loving the heel work, but I'm hating all this is going on right now. And of course, my boy Bobby Lashley from Dallas don't make it any better. So Ricochet's out there in the Eagles hoodie. He's cussing out all the fans in Boston, burying the Patriots. And he's just going on and on and on with a mic, just going on and on and on. He keeps going and going. And then the whole crowd and pretty sure everybody at home is waiting on Bobby Lashley to knock this dude out. And it wasn't until I want to say maybe 4 minutes in is what I want to guess the amount of time this took. But it could have been less, but it felt like 4 minutes. 4 minutes in, and Bobby Lashley grabs this dude up while he's holding the mic. And then Ricochet just is hilarious. The scream he was letting out as he got choke slammed to the outside on top of Toa Leona and Bishop Khan, it was just hilarious. Bobby Lashley ended this match in probably about the same time as Ricochet's promo. He ended this in like he destroyed Ricochet pretty much. He got him the hell up out of here. There was no ad break. No, it was just one and done in that situation. It just happened within minutes. Lashley just destroys Ricochet.
And Bobby Lashley now building up momentum.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I loved every minute of it. So shouts out to Bobby Lashley. He is now going to be the entrant number 1 in the gauntlet match going into Full Gear. So hey, 1 W for the Hurt Syndicate. Next up, we got the Bucks and Josh Alexander against Skyflight of Scorpio Sky, Dante Martin, and Darius Martin. Now, before the Bucks came out, of course, Don Callis is backstage with them, and he's letting them know, hey, look, you will hear us tonight to find out if the Bucks will be joining the Don Callis family. And hey, guys, listen, you don't got to make a decision now. Just do it after the match. It's okay. And I'm going to give you guys a special entrance. He's giving them pyro and a special entrance and everything. So, of course, getting them all the bells and whistles and everything going into this matchup. And we get to the match. And, of course, there's some random problems going on where Josh Alexander is just a bit over-aggressive with all his calls with Matt Jackson. And he's out here shoving Matt Jackson in the face and stealing pins and doing all this other stuff. He's just doing a bit too much. I'm like, sir, where all this over-aggression come from? Why are you even doing this? This is a bit too much. Regardless of the fact, Top Flight, they show out. Scorpio Sky, I think he might have got hurt during the beginning of portion of this match. It looked like he injured his tricep or something, because he was kind of majority of this match for a good minute. So I was like, what the hell's going on? Dante showed out.
To go before there.
All right, Dante Martin showed out, and this kind of felt like old school Dynamite, where we had Dante on a singles run at one point. My boy do need to go to Turkey though and get that hairline fixed. If we keeping it a stack, Twin got to go to Turkey. All right, we can't have my boy out here looking like I forgot what's his name, Trey from the Hawks. We can't have him out here looking like this. We got to get my boy, cleaned up. But outside of that, he was tapped in. He was fully tapped in. He might need to go back on the singles run because his brother is definitely the weak link in the group. Yeah, the Darius Martin. Yeah, he ain't much. All right, but the Bucks, they get quick work done with Dante Martin, They get that out the way, and Josh Alexander pushes him, and he goes for the submission and taps him out.
But Alexander caught him, sent him into the waiting arms of Matt Jackson. And that has got their team, for God's sake. And Dante Martin with no.
So they get the win, but again, Josh Alexander did it in the most obnoxious, unnecessary way. And the Bucks aren't too keen on joining the Don Callis from that point, and Don Callis shows up with the rest of, well, I can't even say the rest of the family because this ain't everybody, but he shows up with just Rocky Romero and Mark Davis and Hechicero, and they're out there and they're like, all right, come on guys, let the people know you're gonna join the Don Callis family. And the Bucks are sitting there hesitant. He's like, hey, listen guys, don't think too hard about this. You wouldn't want anything similar that happened to Kenny Omega to happen to you guys. So this man threatening them at this point now, threatening them, and then out comes Kenny Omega pulls up, and he's fighting the Don Callis family, and of course he gets caught with a chop block after the Bucks remove him off of Josh Alexander. And Don Callis is like, hey, you can join the Don Callis family this way. Just hit them with the BTE trigger, we can go about our day. And the Bucks completely hesitant to do it. We know what's coming. We know exactly what's coming. They're going to join back with Kenny. They're going to turn face. They're just building towards it. It's going to happen at Full Gear in that $1 million match that they're going to have, because the Jurassic Express show up right before the Bucks are contemplating hitting this BTE trigger, and they show up to save Kenny. And yo, this man Luchasaurus shows up with a vacuum, and Jack Perry shows up with a shovel. I'm like, yo, what? This is the most off the wall weapons I've seen people show up with ever. Like that was just out of pocket completely. So that's how the segment pretty much ends. Don Callis trying to get scurried off, and you're left wondering what's next for the Bucks come Full Gear. And well, I think most people should see the writing on the wall here. What's going to happen? They do put over that we are starting the Continental Classic next week on the Thanksgiving Eve edition of AEW Dynamite. Perfect way to start this, and we're going to pretty much end the year with it. It's going to be amazing. The Continental Classic is some of the best stuff you'll see here in AEW outside of the Owen Hart tournament. It's where the best wrestle, man. That's that stuff right here. I'm ready to see who's in the Gold League, who's in the Blue League. We'll definitely be covering that once those drop next week. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they've taken an account that I did set up some people that should be in the Continental Classic, but we'll see how Tony Khan sets this up. We get Shelton Benjamin and Speedball Mike Bailey. See who's going to come out second in this gauntlet match. Phenomenal match from Bailey and Shelton, which is not saying much because Shelton is still that dude. And Speedball, hey, as much as people don't like him because of his size and everything, hey, the dude gonna lay all these hits in and make it look good. Okay. The only botch of this match was literally the finish, because Shelton goes for this extremely vicious thrust kick.
Benjamin again using the power of those legs to kick.
And you think that this is supposed to be the end, but then for some reason Speedball puts his hand up on Shelton's waist, so the ref thinks that he kicked out, and then they stop the count. He stops counting, and the crowd and everybody's wondering what the hell's going on. So Shelton decides to go for a German, then knee in the corner, then another thrust kick, and then pins him. But it was just a whole botched debacle, man. You had that Cody Rhodes moment there, what they mentioned with Ted DiBiase.
Where is that referee? He was trying to fuck on me.
So it's now official. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin will be starting this gauntlet match. Here's the thing, right? For those who don't know about the Casino Gauntlet matches, the first person to get a pin wins the gauntlet match. So it would just be hilarious. Now, again, they're not ever going to do this, and I don't expect them to do this at all. But it would just be hilarious for you have two teammates here starting this matchup. If one of them just to be like, hey twin, I kind of just want this belt. You can go for a different belt at some point. And it's like, all right, bet. And he just lays down and lets him pin him. No one else gets to enter into this match. Match is over as soon as 3 seconds into the match. Now, of course, it's not going to happen, but it would just be hilarious. But we do get to see Shelton and Bobby throw hands to start the match. That's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully they don't like cause any problems to have them break up or something. Let's have them shake hands. Let's have, you know what I'm saying, a friendly bout. Nothing crazy, all right? We still her syndicate people, all right? Don't be doing nothing, Tony Khan. All right, I'm watching you. We get the Death Riders, Mox and Claudio versus Orange Cassidy and Roddy Strong. Phenomenal tag team match from these guys. They just out the Orange Cassidy and Roddy out the gate before the bell even rings. They just started throwing hands with them. Like, it's almost like they took the blood and guts match and just said, hey man, we're continuing it right here in the Dynamite. Let's go. We throwing hands again. They just going crazy on them. Crazy. But of course, the Death Riders end up winning the match due to the fact that they got the numbers game with Garcia, with Wheeler Yuta, and Moxley ends up choking out my boy Roddy. Lo and behold. And they start fighting them and killing them and trying to kill them after the match. And my boy Kyle O'Reilly had to show up and hemp up Moxley. Had this boy tapping out again and again and again. And look, Garcia and Yuta were trying to kick Kyle O'Reilly in the back, and O'Reilly was no selling all those. He was like, nah, twin, I'm eating those for breakfast. I'm gonna still break this man's leg in front of y'all. And then they were able to drag Moxley out. And O'Reilly grabbed the microphone to let Mox know he wants him at Full Gear in a no holds barred match. I couldn't have asked for nothing else. Hey man, look, Kyle O'Reilly has been on a great run right now. Fantastic run. They made it official, man. At Full Gear, Kyle O'Reilly, Jon Moxley, no holds barred. Just, oh my goodness, this is gonna be some just some savagery is gonna happen. I'm here for it. Some savagery is happening, and I'm here for it. All right, you should be here for it too. You should also be here for it, because this gonna be great. If you hadn't had enough of this match, yeah, you about to get a full plate full of greatness here. All right, so shouts out to Kyle, man. They giving Kyle a lot to do here. I hope they add Kyle into that Continental Classic. He deserves something going forward. Because come on, man, look what he's been doing. Look what he's been doing for the squad, putting him on his back. We then get to Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa. What are they called again? The Love Bombs. Shouts out to them. They're going up against Windsor and Riho. Yeah. This was a... How do I want to say this? I'm going to frame this very perfectly. This was a sports entertaining match. Yes. Tony Storm is... For people that don't understand, Tony Storm's like wrestling currently and new gimmick. It's like, she would work perfectly like this. She would, if WWE, didn't have that whole restrictions on whatever you can say, she would work perfectly in WWE because she's a sports entertainer. She's entertaining, and she was thoroughly sports entertained during this match by her and Mina Shirakawa. I don't really care for Windsor or Riho, so that they were kind of like, I was ignoring them for majority of this match. But hey, Tony and Mina, hey, give me that all day, 24/7, and twice on Sunday. They got the win here, so they get to advance going into this women's tag team tournament to the semifinals. So they must find out later on Collision who will be their opponent. Will it be Ty J or will it be Megan Bain and Marina Shafir? We will find out. We will most certainly find out. All right, we get to one of the most funny segments of the entire show. This segment had me laughing like real hard. Like I shouldn't have laughed as hard as I did, but it was just so random because they had my boy Mark Briscoe, and I say my boy Mark Briscoe because as much as I hate seeing this dude now, they keep showing him and they keep having him talk. Anytime this dude wrestles, you just like, hey, this dude putting on a classic, man. I can't even hate no more. So Briscoe, you my boy. We just gonna make sure we keep your promos limited. Okay, like today, we had it limited. We kept it under a minute, and we left it that way. That's the way you gotta keep it for Briscoe. Don't make it go any longer than it needs to. You just letting Kyle know that everything he does for his family. Whether it be his on the road family, the conglomeration, whether it be his brother that passed, whether it be his current family, he does everything for his family. This dude is Dom Toretto. He was losing. Kyle Fletcher, you might lose this match. This dude is Dom Toretto now. He is Dom Toretto. You was losing, twin. You was gonna lose. Either way, Okada and Hechicero pull up on my boy Mark and hit him upside the head. And as they hold him up and hemp him up, Don Callis lets him know, hey, your family, they about to not have a father anymore. Which is crazy. They trying to kill this dude. Everybody trying to kill him. MJF was trying to kill him. Y'all trying to kill him. I don't know if it's gonna work out though. I just told you. He Dom Toretto. But right after, Kyle thanks Okada, and Okada's like, oh, don't worry. Listen, I just knew Takeshita wasn't gonna be able to handle it, so I did it. Like, and then he just walks off screen and then comes back on screen with the Birdman hand rub, and it says, For Okada. And this dude is trolling at like the highest peak. Bro, the way I describe it don't sound hilarious, but when you watch the clip of it, it's just this dude's just stupid, dude. Like Okada just his troll game is on another level. Like it's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous how much this dude be trolling. But we finally reached our main event of the Dynamite segment of the show, and it's Shibata versus Hangman. And Samoa Joe is on commentary. He cannot interfere because if he does, his title match will be revoked for Full Gear. So of course he's not going to interfere. Why would he? Why would he want to cause that? And of course, Hangman out the gate is dominating on the dude Shibata. Just absolutely dominating. Pulled up while Shibata was still mid-entrance and was just beating him up, and then gets back in the ring. And then Shibata's able to fight back, but it just don't matter. It don't matter at all. No matter if Hangman's battered or bruised, we're taped, wrapped around his body, and rock tape on the neck, it don't matter. Shibata had him in the ankle lock, and he pretty much got out of his boot just to escape it. Clotheslined him, and then buckshot Larry to him. And GG's. And he pretty much told Samoa Joe, look, I'm gonna make this as plain and simple as I possibly can for you. You are going into a cage with me alone, with no help. All right, Powerhouse Hobbs gone, Shibata taken care of. You have to now face me one-on-one, and you already know what I can do in a steel cage. And if you don't, well, don't let me bring that guy out. Hey man, look, we saw what he could do in the steel cage. We saw it. And if you ain't seen it, I implore you to go back and look up Hangman versus Swerve. You'll know what you're gonna see. Okay, so Samoa Joe, do not F around. Listen, Hangman is trying to stay in a state of calmness. Okay, he's trying to be the friendly cowboy, the resident sheriff of AEW. That's it. Do not let this man crash. I would love for him to crash out. I need Dark Hangman back. The happy-go-lucky Hangman, I'm not with that. I need Dark crashing out, burning houses down, smacking people with bricks, putting staple guns in people's faces. I need that Hangman back. So Joe, do what you need to bring that Hangman out. All right, we need Savage. I need therapy. Hangman out right now. So come Full Gear. Hey, I'm ready for it. I'm here for it, man. But that's pretty much how you end Dynamite with this. So we transition into Collision. And with Collision, though, I'm going to say this. I'm only going to cover just the main basis, like the matches that happened. The segments, they weren't very noteworthy of things that happened. So we don't really have to tap too deep into that one. I can just tell you what they have booked for Full Gear, and they're just setting up for that. So we go straight into Collision after this segment is done. And the first match we get is Ty J versus Marina and Megan Bayne to see who will be facing Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. I do see that there was a lot of backlash on this match, and I won't be very, nice about it either. I won't sugarcoat it. This match was probably the worst match on this entire 3-hour show. If I'm being 100% honest with you, this match was the worst match. Now, whose fault is that specifically? I mean, you can put it on all four of them. You can blame all four women in this match, and that's okay, because to me, the right people won anyway. Like I wanted Megan Bayne and Marina to win anyway. Now, a lot of people had backlash because they wanted Ty J to win, because they worked hard and they were the original tag team that ever started out in AEW, pretty much for the women and all that, and yada yada yada, spiel. But that don't matter to me. Marina and Megan Bayne are just a dominant force, and they were showing it in this match. Outside of like the boring, bland sloppiness that we had in the beginning, like it got like real vicious and physical from Marina and Megan Bayne as they were giving. Megan had Anna J and the 10 beats of the Badger, I think that Sheamus be doing. We be beating on people's chest. Pause. And then Marina, she had Ty Mello hung over the rope and giving her some Daniel Bryan kicks to the chest. So it was great. It was that part was great to me. And then she just hemped her up, man. She just look. Anna J had to go night. So Marina had to give her the mother's milk and then kiss her on the forehead because she had a little boy there. Plain and simple. Kiss her on the forehead a couple times. She had to go night. Plain and simple. Just like that. W for Marina, W for Megan Bayne. I'm looking forward to the action we about to get from them and Toni Storm and Marina. It's gonna be beautiful, man. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be cinema. All right. You know what else was cinema though? Kris Statlander in this video package that she had pretty much gave an acronym for focus, and she was pointing this out to Mercedes Moné, stating how unfocused she is, and she needs to focus on her in order to win this AEW Women's title. And she's right. And this is honestly, this promo in this video package was the best promo from Kris Statlander ever. Go see it, watch it from start to finish. How they set up the video package, how they did everything, it was great. This is by far her best work, and it makes you want to go see the match. Nothing else to say about it. That's what they did for her on this one. So W on that. Whoever helped her with this one, help her do more of this stuff right here. This is how you get her over, right? Mercedes, focus up, man. You trip. You is tripping, Mercedes. You tripping. You gotta focus up. You up here going to other companies, still winning smaller belts. Stop doing that. You wildin', right? You wildin'. Stop it. Get some help. We get Okada and Mascara Dorada. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with this one, okay? As much as I enjoyed this match, there were two moves that I was just like, Jesus Christ, don't die on me right now. Dorada slipped off the rope, going for an apron DDT. Now again, it still looked decent, but you could tell Dorada slipped off and it almost caused some problems, but we were alright. We then get to a move. We're at the top rope, and Dorada was going to go for a Frankensteiner from the top while they were standing up. When it happens, I don't know if like Okada was supposed to powerbomb him or if something else is supposed to happen, but this dude Dorada landed on his head and neck. I was like, yo, what the hell, dude? This dude nearly died. I thought he was dead. High key. He didn't die though. He didn't. He lived. He lived to see another day. Shouts out to him. I'm glad he didn't die and he's not hurt. Hopefully. But Jesus Christ, I was like, yo, all right, bro. Let's get him out the ring with Okada. I don't know if Okada is paying attention or not. I don't know. we gotta end this up. We gotta wrap this one up, twin. So Okada hits this man with raging fire. Yo, the troll job just doesn't stop. It just keeps going. Then hits him with the Rainmaker and gets the win. So they made it official. Currently, Mascara Dorada is a trios champion in CMLL. So because Okada got the win, Don Callis made it confirmed that on the pre-show, they're going to be running Okada and Hechicero and a returning Konosuke Takeshita in a trios match against Dorada and the rest of his compadres for their CMLL trios titles. Now, that the moment he mentioned Takeshita, Okada was very surprised by the statement because he was like, wait, hold on. What do you mean? The hell you mean Takeshita coming back? I thought Twin was still gonna be over there in Japan. Like that look he gave, like, oh man. And you know, of course, Don Callis has to go to him and be like, hey man, look. It's all right, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be all right going into the show. We're gonna be cool. I do not think Okada is happy about this one. I also don't think that they're gonna be cool, especially with what you've been doing, Okada, with all the sneak dissing you've been doing out here in these streets. Oh nah, Takeshita got something for you. See, Okada think this is a game. Twin thought this was a game. Nah, Takeshita got something for you. He got a forearm for your face when he get back. Don't play with him. All right? You hear me? Don't play with him. He pulling up on you specifically. Nobody else. If somebody decides to get in his way, then of course, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe like Don Callis might, you know what I'm saying, catch a forearm to the face. We don't know yet. All right, so Okada, you keep your head on the swivel, young man. And now we've reached the main event of the evening. Mercedes Moné versus Red Velvet. Mercedes, her and Red Velvet, they have a decent match. Mercedes' heel work is always going to be still up there as one of the greats, as she continues to troll Kris Statlander while she's on commentary and throws Red Velvet into her and doing a bunch of stuff. She was just getting in Kris Statlander's head this entire match, which, of course, you know, hey, Kris Statlander said, focus on me, and I guess she was. And then they get to the apron, throws her into it. Mercedes gets back in the ring, gets Red Velvet up while they're on the mid rope, and then hits her with a avalanche lung blower. And that was GG's. She beats her with that. I was like, yo, that move looked crazy. That move looked nuts. And she got the win off it too. I was so pissed. I was like, yo, of course she got the win. Why wouldn't she get another belt just attached to her waist? Why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she? She goes to the announce table, goes on there to celebrate, and then Kris Statlander goes out and she's trying to show off the women's title and show in front of Mercedes like, hey, you still ain't got this yet. Mercedes wasn't too keen to all this wildness that she had going on here, and she tried to throw her belts at her and then hit her with a meteor, beating the hell out of Kris Statlander now on the ground, and then gets her in the statement maker and has Kris Statlander tapping out like a weakling. Just tapping, tap. Will this happen at Full Gear? I'm not sure, but Mercedes did at the end of this show put her grubby little hands on that title on the way with the show cutting off air. The question is, will this be decided at AEW's Full Gear on Saturday? Will Mercedes finally accomplish her goal and be AEW Women's World Champion and add to the collection? Newsflash, she ain't winning this. But we will find out at Full Gear on Saturday. Oh man, Oh, what a show. 3 hours. That was long as hell. I'm gonna be honest with you. That was we had one of these 3 hour shows before, and then I don't know if y'all pretty much remember me. I did the whole video on people hating on the show, and I don't mean to go any farther into it with all that information, but I wanted to say this. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. And if you like the show, you like it. If you hate it, you hate it. I mean, look at Monday Night Raw that just happened. That was probably Raw's best show in a minute in terms of like stuff that they did on the show. I mean, I didn't like all of it. I only watched like a couple. Like I watched the John Cena segment, and I watched the Javon Evans match, and then I watched that 6-man tag they had, and I saw how that show ended. But outside of that, I didn't really care for the rest. But my point here is this: everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you like the show, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Same with Dynamite Collision 3-hour show. I enjoyed majority of it. I just feel like that women's match with Marina and Megan Bain against Ty J, that was just a sloppy mess, and people were definitely bored out of their minds by that 3rd hour. So yeah, they didn't care for that, and I didn't either. And then the Red Velvet stuff with Mercedes, I was just like, yes, Mercedes is just, y'all know how I feel about her at this point. But with that being said, that was Dynamite Collision. All right, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share as always for more AEW content. More John Cena content is coming. I'm going to talk about the next round of that stuff at some point. Man, who knows? By the time I post this video, I might be at 1K subscribers, and you know, it's been a journey. It's been a long. Hold on, let me get Mercedes off my screen. This is nasty. This is disgusting. Hold on. Gotta get Mercedes off the screen. You gotta get Mercedes off the screen. Hold on. Give me a moment. There we go. Okay. Now I can just talk to y'all specifically. If you made it this far in the video, hey, shouts out to you, man. I appreciate you. Okay. We are 30 and so minutes in, and I just want to talk for just a little bit. I just want to talk. Okay. Just give me this room to talk for a second. It's been so long. So long. We're going on almost 2 years now of doing YouTube. About to hit 1K pretty soon. Probably like maybe in a day or so, I'm gonna be at 1K. And to most people, 1K is like, hey bro, that's small as hell. And that's true. Small is always, it's always gonna look this way. But when you're somebody who's starting out and you're taking a chance on yourself, being at 1K is a great accomplishment. You know, Kai Cenat, I'm gonna quote him because a lot of people hate Kai Cenat too, by the way. But the whole world gets hate at this point, so who really cares? Kai Cenat, just a great quote he said at one point. Slow motion is better than no motion. And I kind of use that to always encompass everything I do now. I look at it this way. I'm like, I don't know, this kind of moving slow, things taking time, yada yada yada. And now at that time, thinking about it, I'm like, you know, it is right. It's better that something is moving, whether it's going slow or not. It's better that it's moving than not moving at all. So going forward, hey, whether it's slow paced, medium paced, fast paced, it don't matter. I'm gonna continue pushing forward, and we gonna keep this channel growing as far as we can take it. Okay. So if y'all gonna be on the quote Mercedes Moné, Jesus Christ, if you're gonna be on the Moné train, then I hop on the train, man. Hop on the train. Be a VIP in the MVPs lounge, and we will continue to grow together. I can get the channel popping even more. Don't worry. Look, hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Great things are coming for the channel. Greater things are coming. All right, my yap session is over. I will bid you guys adieu, goodbye, and good night.
He ain't gonna be a
MVPs.